Such a dork. Howdy and hello, everyone. It's James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning mystical Polynesian power, and talk meaning just use your words. All right. Let's jump in to... Oh, crap. You know what I forgot to do? I was just there doing it, and then I freaking spaced. Hang on. I'm just going to say, what's up? Okay. Hopefully it don't hold. I don't know what the fuck to put on there. That's funny. Okay, so let's get out of there. Sorry. All right. Oh, wait. All right. Where was I? What's up? Thank you for being here, everyone. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for listening, paying attention. Some people are paying attention while others are definitely not. Now, this is interesting. By the way, it's the 808th Mana Talk show. I think I'm close to the actual number. Could be less, could be a little more, but this is my third or fourth YouTube channel. But this is the original channel. I had 2 or 3 others after 2020, 2021, when they were doing the Orwellian 1984 tyrannical authoritarianism all over the place. And anybody that was challenging COVID-19 or the vaccine or talking anything smack or negative about the illegitimate Biden administration was banned, was expelled, was suspended. And then there's a lot of people out there now that have come on after the dust has settled and Google's actually in some way, shape, or another playing ball with our First Amendment rights, which is good, but I still want to assume for all the people that I lost, and I could have been pretty big by now, but things happen. Some people keep going. Some people just get shot down or punched in the nose and they give up. But, I've been punched in the nose. I don't give up. My nose has been broken twice. I got to tell you how that happened, but it's happened. Anyway, 808. Oh, that's the area code of Hawaii. And Hawaii's got a lot of interesting information coming out of it. For example, this. Oh, look. Hawaii elections cover up. The AG and the chair caught hiding emails with Office of Election Staff. Yeah, like I keep saying, we need to get Doge out there. Actually, to every state. There's some stupid shit that they're starting to do now that's just terrible. Let me get to it real quick. That's the company I'm with. If you need life insurance, annuities, IULs, anything of that nature, I highly recommend. Okay, we got to watch this first. Let's watch this first. That's not it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Okay. That's a little too much. That's fucking gorgeous. That is just beautiful, gorgeous, sexy. Get some. Ugh. I got it chubby. Just telling you. Several times. I'm going to get to this, but first I wanted to play. Is it right here? So, speaking of Hawaii, along with 14 other blue states, as of October 2025, the Governor's Public Health Alliance includes 14 states and the U.S. territory of Guam. The governors of these jurisdictions, all Demoncrats, formed the coalition to coordinate on public health guidance and counter what they perceive as federal overreach in health policy. Basically, they want to push the mandate again of the COVID-19 vaccine. In their states, these guys are just a bunch of murderers. Period. And here are the states: California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Guam, Hawaii, Illinois, Maryland, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Oregon, Rhode Island, and Washington, of course. Washington State on the Pacific Coast. Just ridiculous. I've gone over the agenda the end game, and they're still following protocol. They're still following the system. They're still following the agenda. They're still following the. Oh fuck! I just found my. It kind of helps. They're still following the mission, and the mission is to depopulate the planet by 2/3. By 2/3, meaning, 5 billion people that they want to get rid of. I mean, I've gone over this several times. I've indicated where the information and the research came from and why they're trying to do it. They want to hoard it all for themselves. They don't need your likes. They don't need your money. They already got everything rigged. Lots of money going to the military and industrial complex, still going to big pharma, still going. And then that money seeps its way out to these NGOs and these institutions out there, these entities, and the handful of these global elitists that seem to be kind of still running the show. And a lot of people don't want to say, or they don't think it's okay to say, that maybe Trump is either not paying attention or he's compromised. And I would go more to, that's just me because I have faith in the guy. I like him. That's just me. I like him. But I still believe that there's some people in his cabinet. I'm not saying Howard Lutnick. I'm just saying there's some people in his cabinet, Marco Rubio, that I just don't trust. It's just my spider sense is tingling. There's a few people in his cabinet that I think aren't giving him the right information. Mike Johnson is somebody I'm not really happy with. But there's a lot of people that are in his cabinet that I think it's more of the, like I've said, the Michael Jackson syndrome or the Mike Tyson syndrome, where you tell them what they want to hear, but not what they need to hear, what they need to know. And Trump really, truly believes everything is wonderful. And I got to tell you, he's done some fucking amazingly positive things for this country. However, there is the meat, the T-bone steak is still $44, right? 2018. I think it was what $6.95. I don't know. It was really cheap. I had porterhouse. I had New York. I had T-bone. Right. Once or two or three times a month. And now it's just, I don't know, man. I can't spend $40 on 2 T-bone steaks, right? That with, maybe a 3/4 inch cut or something. It's just, for a lot of people. I could, but I'm eating differently. Yes, I do eat meat. I do a lot of meat, less carbohydrates, it's kind of pretty good on the vegetables. I'm a fruitaholic for sure. I eat a lot of, everything fruit. But anyway, so the thing is it's only been 9 months, right? There are still some shady things that are still happening and some recent shady things that have happened that I'm kind of concerned about and very, let's just say, suspect, right? I'm very sus. Jimmy said to Jimmy Dore has this watch Jimmy because I watch Jimmy Dore. Even though he didn't listen to me and still took the fluid shot fucking twice, dumbass. He says there was something going on in regards to. I'm going to show you this in a second, but in pertaining to his recent show, I thought it was just funny, because the guys, he's younger than I am, believe it or not. Yeah, I know you can tell I'm old. But excuse me, but he says this is very sus. I'm just like, dude, that's very millennial of you. I just say I don't fucking do the words, man. I don't fucking care about that shit. I want you to understand exactly what I'm saying. I'm not going to try to give you a slang. If I am speaking in code, it's because of the algorithms, or I call them the sentinels of the YouTube community guidelines team out there that likes to go after guys like me, especially in 2020 and 2021 and 2022. But I did get my channel back. Here it is now. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? I did get my channel. Do you have any questions? Anything? Let me know. But the thing I wanted to point out is, which was really interesting, and I think I'm going to kind of slide into, what's up? What's up? What the fuck is up with this Charlie Kirk ghost thing that just won't go away? It's my spider sense is tingling seriously on this one from the very beginning. I think I posted like right after it happened, within, 5 or 10 minutes, this live came on and they showed it, and I immediately heard the actual shot and I posted it, and I've still got it. It's out there. It's on my Facebook or my Instagram or somewhere out there, where it was like close. It wasn't far away shot, right? Usually you'll see the guy hit, and then you'll see. And then you'll hear the sound if it's 100 yards, 200 yards away, or whatever the case may be. This was maybe, 100 yards or something, not that far. But the thing is it was almost like it was right there. You heard it. It was right there. And then the blast, and then, and the stuff happened. And sadly, we lost Charlie Kirk. But did we? But did we really lose Charlie Kirk? And I've said this in my last few shows. Look, the guy was being hunted. Not just by his mentally ill, retarded, and just crazy fucking exterior fan base, or the people that just hate his guts for him just having debates. He had threats all the time. He was really targeted. But you put yourself out there. If you want to go and mess with those young minds, good luck. Because they're very volatile. A lot of testosterone and a lot of derangement. That's just, playing in, that's like swimming in hot lava. It's not a good idea. But Jimmy Dore posted this, which I want to bring up because I knew there's more to this. I just knew it, and this kind of just seals the cake because this is actual, provable, retrievable data. This is something that other people verified as soon as this guy Barron figured it out, and another guy, bunch of people started reporting it, which was, let me get it right here. It's probably going to be a commercial, but we're going to go there anyway. That gives me a chance to.
That is weird, I gotta say. Why would anybody be searching the name Tyler James Robinson one day before he allegedly assassinated Charlie Kirk? The data point is just a tiny blip, but it's there. Tyler James Robinson, right? A name that nobody knew of prior to September 12th, 2 days after the shooting, when the media told us who Tyler James Robinson was, right? A supposed 22-year-old leftist who hated Charlie Kirk. So what does that little Google trend blip mean? Well, I did some research using Google Gemini, and they say Google Trends, what it does is normalize search interest to the region you select. The formula is search interest equals total searches in the region and time divided by total searches for the term. So when you look at things from a nationwide context, the total number of searches is enormous. The small handful of searches for Tyler James Robinson on September 9th is so tiny, a fraction of all the U.S. searches, that it gets rounded down to 0. But then when you zoom in a D.C. context, if you filter for the District of Columbia, the total search volume is much, much smaller. So if
Wait, I'm going to go ahead. I want you to see the guy that actually found this information. He's re-researching this.
Because an autopsy could give you a lot of things, such as what angle did the bullet come in? Where did the bullet go? What type of bullet was it? What damages were done to the organs? Were there any other injuries? And this is going to come up in a minute. Were there any other injuries anywhere else in the body?
And by the way, so there's speculation that there wasn't an autopsy. Now, I know by law there has to be one. And, of course, they don't have to release it to the public, but they do give it to the family. So why wouldn't they want people to know about it? Why would people be concealing
Cash.
what the autopsy report says? If it's going to so people won't be running around having conspiracy theories about what actually happened. Why wouldn't they release that? That's very weird.
Weird.
And JFK. Didn't Dr. Baden, well, that's where we got Dr. Baden from the JFK thing.
Yeah, well, if it's important to have the same basic corner that stands by the official JFK narrative, one bullet from a worn-out 50-year-old rifle is what they're saying. Here we go. Let's keep going.
And so I wondered who the medical examiner was there in Utah.
Who was
and
the
I looked her up.
medical
She's a woman named
examiner?
Deidre Amaro. And she was looked up, but this time not in the District of Columbia, but in Israel, which I thought was very strange. June 30th of 2025.
So around that same time, when someone from Israel and Washington, D.C. were Googling that regional hospital that they took Charlie Kirk to, they were also Googling the medical examiner. What? From Israel. What? Okay, here we go.
In Israel. June 30th.
And we already know for a fact this is not a lone gunman, because that guy Zind immediately dropped his pants and said, "I killed him, don't shoot me." So he was there as a distraction. So that guy's got a shady past of being involved in psyops all over the place.
He's a crisis
here he
actor.
was definitely planted as a distraction in the crowd. Immediately he hears a shot, he drops his pants, starts saying, "I did it, don't shoot me."
Exactly.
And then they find child POR.
They didn't find it. He said he had it. No confirmation if they found it. He said he had it.
He said he had it, so now nobody can interview him. He had child videos, if you know what I mean. So we know it wasn't a lone gunman. We know it's an actual conspiracy of many people. Conspiracy is just two people. So it's at least two people. Of course, it's many more.
Many of them probably on his security team.
And it's probably his security team. And
that's who I blame.
That's who I blame. And you won't believe what the next Google searches showed that this guy did. Coming up right after a brief word from our sponsor.
Okay.
So Utah and Florida just passed bills to ban fluoride in the water supply. Why are all these states suddenly doing a URE dot?
This bullet would have normally gone through almost anybody but Charlie, not Charlie's made a steal.
But not
they didn't
Charlie.
get the surgeon's name. And again, remember Deidre Amora? They didn't do an autopsy, I don't think. At least that's the news on the street. They didn't do an autopsy. So I go and I get a list of all the surgeons I can find at the Orem branch of Timpanago's regional hospital. And I think, could anyone have looked up any of these people? The first surgeon I could find was a guy named Stephen Nealman. Stephen Nealman. Remember that date, July 20? This is July 18th.
Same day.
This is July 18th. Stephen Nealman.
What?
July 18th, 2025. This was out of our friends on the other side of the planet over there. Very curious about the surgeons in Utah, you'll find out.
Isn't that weird?
I go to the next one I could find, Robert Patterson. I found a lot, so I added an MD to it. Robert Patterson, MD. July 23 and 24.
What?
May have been the only one that was searched twice, 2 days in a row. July 23 and 24, Robert Patterson, MD. Again, I just find online a list of surgeons.
So these are search results. The graph is showing a spike in these particular names a day before the assassination of Charlie Kirk. All this. How would these people know all these names of all these people, especially the assassin, before a bullet was ever shot? Can you answer that? Because I don't know if Candace has heard this yet, but or the guy Hustle Bitch, but I'm telling you right now, this is very suspect. Not a suspectful, not sus Jimmy. Whatever, dude. You're fucking funny. But I put in here in my first book, right? And I thought it's these are good questions, right? These are valid, common sense questions. Let me read it from here because it's super small. Why is there a Google search of about 18 IP addresses directly from Washington, D.C. of the supposed assassin's exact name, Tyler Robinson, of Charlie Kirk prior, a day before, to anyone having a single clue of that person's actual name? That's amazing to me. Are the people using these laptops or computers with these IP addresses clairvoyant or related to Nostradamus? Here's my biggest point, which I think needs to be answered, especially by the Director of National Intelligence, who has the ability to look into this far more than what whoever these people are, Lee and Brandon or whatever, Barron, and Jimmy, whoever, to find this information. This is, in my opinion, in my perspective, absolute proof that somebody knew before the trigger was even pulled. The question is, who? Tulsi, right? You know, what's interesting about Tulsi, she was pretty quiet about all this. I haven't really seen her that much ever since Charlie Kirk, but she just spoke the other day, and I left a message. I left this for her, and because she brought up Charlie Kirk, and she brought up the peace deal that Trump did. Thank you very much, Trump. Good job. The Demoncrats are just fucking freaking out. They're dust. They're dust. Hopefully, there will not be a Democratic Party after the middle of next year. If Trump uses his royal flush, like I've been saying, that could easily happen. But this kind of fogs up the situation a little bit. Kind of throws a wrench in the machine, in my opinion. Tulsi, we all know that you could easily trace and track to the exact address, approximately, as the Director of National Intelligence. She could do it. Her entire team has the ability to trace all that shit. Everything's traceable, I'm telling you right now. If a hacker can fucking do it, she can do it. But over here, I have to post this because this should get blown up. Okay, that should get blown up too. That's very important. That was fucking anyway. And all these governors, oh my God, they're just shit. I wanted to post this because I was concerned about this. This is Washington State. So what's up? What's up with this, right? What is up with prisoners golfing, because I do know by firsthand experience that there's a sand volleyball court at the Irvine Jail Center, or whatever it was called, that I went to a long time ago for a fucking parking ticket that turned into a warrant. I'm not kidding. It was $375 and it turned into a warrant. And originally it was $22, but it had been like 2 or 3 years or something, and interest and all this shit. But anyway, so I went to the farm. I did time serve. It processed me. I was there like 2 or 3 days or something like that. But I was tripping out because at the farm in Irvine, this little jail place, probably housed about 300 or 400 people. I am making a mess. But there was a sand volleyball court there. It's pretty fucking cool. And you know what I did? I did firefighting. I did firefighting there. It was a lot of fun. Okay. This thing, if you watch it, I'm not going to play it, but it shows golf behind bars inside America's most unlikely golf club. A Cedar Creek Correctional Center in Washington, the state of Washington, the blue state, of course, right? They have sand volleyball at the farm in Irvine, California. Some jails even have movie theaters, and there's other things. They got ping-pong and handball and stuff. You get to play basketball a lot of places. I've seen it. I've been there. No felonies. I'm not a felon. I am not a felon. I've just done stupid things when I was there. Just playing around, partying like a fucking rock star. And anyway, like I've told you my story. Either I was going to be in jail or dead, or I was going to go into the military, and I decided to go in the military. It was a great option for me. Okay, from my experience, jail is a revolving door plan, and it helps to pay a lot of politicians out there with extended contracts. That's part of the problem of the institutionalized and providing slave labor. Other part of the problem is these lawbreakers is their village. They were raised in. The immediate influencers around them makes them choose doing the wrong things, usually not in the right places. I think if you don't get it by the third time, like the 3-strike rule, then I don't think you're going to get it at all. And abide by the rules and conduct yourself properly, etc. Depending on the level of crime should depend on the manner of imprisonment, if any. So, I mean, if this guy is a serial killer, child pedophile, whatever that shit is, he has no business going out on the golf course, which they did. They took him out on the golf course. It's fucking crazy. Basically then you do the time. If you commit horrific act upon someone, murder or not, then you do the time or die. I'm for the capital punishment. I really am. Because there are people out there that just can't be fixed. And they know who they are. Now, I'm not saying everybody has the ability to kill people or murder people or whatever the case may be, but there are some people out there that it's like a dog that's already bit a human being. They've tasted the blood. It's not a good idea to keep that dog around. I don't care what you say. Okay? So for me, it's a big no in allowing prisoners to play in the PGA Tour. And yep, it's a blue state. So basically, yeah. So this is, in my opinion, just not a good idea. It's just a little too much. I also recommend that you guys watch Ben's Pilled animation. This is a really good one. Basically, what he's saying here is something I've already revealed. Can you read all this? Yeah. Something I already revealed in 2021, but he puts it in really good perspective, little cartoons, little added narratives and stuff like that. There's people out there that have much better content creation than I do when it comes to the visual aspect, but you'll get the idea of what I'm trying to say because I'm just telling you what's going on. This is like an ongoing documentary of how the world is perceived by me. And I'm trying to use as much common sense and be as open as possible about a lot of things. Now, let me go back to this because I want to show you Where is it? I just had it. Nope, it's coming. Yeah, Timcast. I was watching. Oh, here's the Tulsi Gabbard recently a day ago. Right there. Let me just get. So you're following along. You're not following along. Let me follow it. Here you go. Okay. Ta-da. All right. Sorry about that. And I was watching Timcast. He was live, but he was following the mayor, New York City mayor debate, Cuomo, Mandami, Salvi, and more, in regards to their comments about it. I'm going to play a little bit of it only because it was a fucking train wreck. It was literally a train wreck. And everything they did, they truly believe that all they need to talk about is everything against Trump. Trump bad, Trump terrible, everything he's doing is wrong, et cetera, et cetera. And they're going to find out that's not really what's going on. Right? They're not going to find. And I'm being a little hypocritical here because I am questioning Trump. I am questioning the Kirk thing because I think people need to know the answers. Maybe they are protecting him. Maybe they saved him and put him away because there was a threat, and they could have been protecting him from the IMF. They could have done that. They could have done that. They could have protected him from the IMF. Trump may have just done that for Charlie Kirk. I mean, the whole thing was just really elaborate. Like a few days later, they had a giant stadium filled. It was crazy. The whole thing was, and Erica Kirk. It's just not good about it. But let me just open it up in a new tab. Probably going to be a commercial.
It was pretty crazy how it started super hot and ended super cold.
So Derek Chauvin's only mistake was not. Yeah, birthright citizenship.
Yep. But thinking about your children, trend of the opposition party winning the midterms. Now, true.
They didn't.
Seamus?
Every question and every answer is a nightmare for anyone trying to do anything productive.
Right.
Like they're like, what about higher taxes for people who own businesses? What about the fact that we have no desire to uphold law and order? We want to let criminals do whatever they want and steal whatever they want from people. What about these extra regulations we want to impose on businesses to fight climate change and ensure every single building is like rigged up with devices that minimize CO2 emissions? It's like, what a nightmare of a city.
I know everyone wishes that.
I totally agree. That was a good point. It was just ridiculous. Why? And they went through it.
Really like Hassan, and I think his dog deserves this.
Tim is kind of like a younger me. I'm not comparing ourselves at all because we're totally different people. But I like the way he thinks because he used to be a Democrat. Just like a lot of people used to be Democrats. A lot of people used to be Republicans that changed the Democrats. But I believe that statistically, nowadays, there's a lot more people that are saying, you know what, I'm going to be an independent. I'm an independent because that's what George Washington wanted, our founding father. That's the only reason. Well, that's not the only reason. That's probably the smartest reason because the polarization, which he wasn't happy about, and the demographics and how they separated themselves wasn't a good idea. It was the bane of it. There was a bane that he had for it, the feeling. But this was just a fucking nightmare to watch these ding-dongs. It was crazy. Cuomo and this other guy, Silwa, Mamdani, and Cuomo. It was just, it was just a nightmare right here. It was a joke. And every question, it was on NBC, of course. It was New York NBC. And every question was always staged, a leading question of, well, we know that Donald Trump is this and that and the other thing and fucking but what do you think? It's like, well, you already said it. I don't really need to say much, but I'll just add more. And that's how that went. This whole thing was just going after Donald Trump in any way, shape, or form. And it really wasn't about, are we going to protect the people of New York? Are we going to stop mandating a genocidal fluvid-19 mRNA bioweapon? Are we going to stop doing that? Are we going to push people on that? Well, yeah, that's what they're doing now. There's 14 governors doing it. Nobody talked about that. I just mentioned that. Right? Do you want seed oils in your French fries or vegetable oil or the same thing that used to be used to grind machinist parts in certain types of grinding materials to keep the lathes cool? Instead, they started using it in your fryer. The stuff that they're frying your fucking French fries in, and your popcorn chicken, and your breaded chicken breasts that you put on your sandwich or your bun, is all fried in probably the worst shit on the planet you could put in your body. It started happening in late 89, 80, 88, 89, 90s, and then they were done with it towards the early 90s. But the stuff that we were using, because nobody back then really had fucking gluten problems, and there was like one person that had a peanut allergy, I think, in fucking high school that I knew of, right? And they were like, nobody had a milk lactic acid shit crap fuck bullshit, you know, because back then milk was pure. There wasn't you gotta remember, a lot of the stuff you eat right now has stuff that's just laden with chemicals, laden with preservatives, laden with terrible poisonous dyes. And it's not really the food. Anything fresh off the tree or out of the animal, except for a puffer fish, which is poisonous, and so like a lion's fish is also poisonous, you don't want to eat, right? Because you'll die, right? Or you'll get very sick. But these people want to go back to, you know, letting you fat, retarded, trans, grooming, blue hair, nose rings, just crazy fucks. And if you're already in that spot, you're probably in the wrong channel, or maybe you're just starting to listen and understand that maybe you were, look, maybe you just were on drugs, or you were really drunk, or the person you were with just wanted to experiment or something. Look, everybody's been through these things. God knows I've done some pretty crazy shit in my time. However, when I'm healthy, when I'm fresh, I don't think I've ever been this detoxified in my life. I haven't had a drop of alcohol, which is never really a problem for me. In the first place, I just decided, it's just not a big deal right now. I haven't drank in like a year, right? Actually, I had a beer and a half maybe at my daughter's like a few months ago, but that's it. I'm not getting shit-faced drunk. But the point that I'm saying is I'd like my body being able to heal overnight. I like my body being able to be fresh, to retain information and to bring out information. It just depends on my focus, honestly. When I'm doing this show, when I'm doing my monotalk, when I'm doing this stuff, my focus is there, right? My focus is there. And I'm about to switch it over to my other business I'm starting, which is my life insurance, annuities, and some other things. Everybody has to understand and talk about. Because when you get to my age, and I am 61 and 62, am I taking my Social Security or am I not? I'm thinking, yeah. But some people are saying no, but there's a lot of things you need to weigh in on that. Is my life insurance policies and the way I've set them up going to set me up right? Fuck yeah. I'm saying you could have the same thing, but you got to go through me to do it. No, you don't have to go through me, but I'm going to be very upfront with you like I have been for, I don't know how long I've been doing this show. 2017? right? And I mean, I care about my kids. I care about my family. I care about my community. I care about my neighbors. I care about my upstairs, downstairs, all around. I want everybody to be healthy, wealthy, wise, prosperous, joyful, happy. Everybody has their ups and downs. Everybody has their problems. Issues come around. I get it. But when I look at these three fucking people, none of them are going to help New York. They're not going to do a damn. If anything, they're going to destroy it. The Democratic Party is part of the end game agenda. They signed up for it, and there's a few Republicans in that mix as well. I'm telling you, it's a cult. It's a fucking cult, and it's the deep state. But I saw something on Twitter. I just noticed, and I'm just like, wait, what? You're kidding me. I mean, seriously? Did this really happen? You can't read it because I got to move it. Here, let me move it down so you can read it. Look at that. Breaking. Donald Trump wants to declare the World Economic Forum a terrorist organization. Steven, look, you're trying to get clicks. You're trying to get likes and sites and activity on your platform. I get it. But I don't see this anywhere. So I'm going to go take this and I'm going to put it in the grok. Right? And I'm going to say, dude, you're full of shit. Let me just see here. I'm using Grok a lot lately because it gives me quick information. Searches through a lot of stuff. No, Donald Trump has no desire or intention to declare a terrorist organization. Yeah, so I got to post this. And I knew that was the case. I hear these fucking people are just so full of shit. It drives me crazy. Right? I have to put this. Now I'm going to... wait a second. Oh, there it is. Give me a second. No, he hasn't. And that's a concern because I would have done that day one. I would have fucking done that day one of my presidency. For sure. Right? For sure. Actually, I want to get the whole thing. Yeah, fuckhead. Yeah, they're everywhere, but people believe this guy. You're a dick. Alright. So, yeah, so I just look shit up, I'm not that I'm totally trustworthy of fucking Grok. Maybe he just recently did it. When was that posted? That was 15 fucking hours ago. I'm sure Grok would have picked up on it by now. We'll track you down in any matter of time. First time ever the FBI arrests Antifa, aligned anarchists, violent extremists, and terrorism changes have been brought forth. July 4, parallel ICE attack in Texas. Yeah, they're going after him pretty heavy. Look at this. More drugs seized. We are crushing the fentanyl crisis. Yay. I still don't see a lot of J6 people in jail. I fucking just, yay, that's good stuff. I mean, people are, who's this piece of shit? Anyway, what's up? At least what they do is have the sign language people. I mean, I think that's kind of nice. That's all I'm saying. But there's something I posted recently. It kind of pissed off my new base. This chick is fucking super hot. Leonardi Jonas. I'm going to play this. I'm just going to play this in a new tab. Oh, video and a bit. Oh, no way. They took it off. She got censored. That's fucked up. Is that what happened? Let me see. I wonder if maybe it's just not coming up on this. It could be. Oh, maybe it is. Hold on. I wonder.
By the way, this is always what women always say to me. What woman makes fun of other women like this? Shame on you. Wait a second, I thought we were supposed to support all women. Why aren't you supporting me and calling out stupid women? Oh no, is that a paradox? My female brain can't handle this. I know I can. Also, Sheila's fat, so opinion discarded. By the way, this is always what women always say to me. What woman makes fun of other women like this? Shame on you. Wait a second, I thought we were supposed to support all women. Why aren't you supporting me and calling out stupid women? Oh no, is that a paradox? My female brain can't handle this. I know I can.
Yeah. Oh, you know what she posted was about Leslie Jones from SNL. And they took it down. Fuck. Leslie Jones a racist. They took it down. They took her down. Leslie Jones got her fucking butt hurt, and they fucking took it down. That's exactly what fucking happened. Oh my god. Yep, let me just see. Yep. They took it down. Because SNL is just the greatest divisional non-comedic show on the planet. It's just disgusting. Yeah. Oh wait, maybe it's in here. Nope. Playlist. Nope, I don't see it. Nope, I don't see it. Nope, I don't see it because we're brand new. Holy shit. They took down Leslie Jones. They fucking came after you for Leslie Jones. Oh my god. These cunts. What the fuck, man? Alright, let me see. That's 6 days ago. I'll comment on here comment on this one because she puts these up pretty quick.
By the way, this is always what women always say to me. What woman makes fun of other women like this? Shame on you.
Oh my god. I'm gonna type it in. Keep the... Maybe that's what we do. Oh, it's still bad. Hang on. Okay, nope, that's still doing. Let me see if I can redo it. See? I'll take down this part. Oh man, that sucks. I think either or, that's probably what happened. This chick, man, I almost went to her show. I bought tickets. I was there. I had to go out to Arizona to my company, the meeting, a big company meeting, which was just wonderful and fun and fantastic, but it was 114 degrees. Good people, great Universal Wealth, great company, good people, great people. Still working on it. It's with youcandoitamerica.com, youcandoitamerica.org. Come check it out. Pretty soon that website's going to be up, and it will be doing everything I'm making it to do. It's going to be an app as well. Oh, there I am right there. Let's see. What do I look like? youcandoitamerica.com, youcandoitamerica.org. Come check it out. That website's going to be up. There's nobody else on there. Everything Cheryl, one watching. Okay, thank you. It's going to be an app as well. I don't tell anybody I come on. I just come on and start fucking babbling and shit. But anyway, it looks kind of strange just doing this. All right. I think there was one other thing I wanted to go over that was super important. And now I'm overlapping myself. Sorry about that. God damn it. I don't tell anybody I come on. I just come. It's a 10, 12 second delay. Instagram already handled. X already handled. I was going to go to I think I'm good. I wanted to just talk about that Charlie Kirk thing. That was very important. Yeah, indict James Comey, Letitia James, Don Bolton. Who's next? All right, so there we go. We're doing. We're actually not really batting 1,000 yet, but at least we're starting to swing the bat. Right? If you look at this, this is where we're at. We got James Comey, Letitia James, John Bolton indicted. All these three have been indicted, and it's just, it needs to happen more. It needs to continue happening. But man, I'm really concerned about Charlie Kirk and that. This is just very odd that some people would know. It's just really odd. Hustle Bitch is going to get a piece of that. When fucking Candace Owens gets a piece of that information, she's going to dig a lot deeper. And you have to know. Tulsi Gabbard can find out. Just like she can find out about fucking 9/11 and Building 7. She knows. I know she knows. You know, I'll just end with this. I'll end with this. And I keep saying this because I think if ever at a moment, you know, Donald J. Trump decides to say, what the hell is this guy talking about? What's his deal? Let's walk through one of his shows. Here it is, Mr. Trump. If we're going to evolve as the righteous, transparent, rightful, justifiable, ethically moral, with integrity type of country or species, we've got to be honest. We've got to just throw it out there, right, and take the hit. You know, it's being accountable for our actions. We have to. Look, we've made some mistakes. You know, look, the 250 years we've been around, we've, killed 220 million plus people, domestically and foreign. I mean, some other countries are worse, but the point is, everybody's made mistakes. But if we want to be above par, if we want to up our game and be at a higher level as a country, I think it's extremely imperative and vital that we start to think like a more purposeful being, you know, in the eyes of God, in the eyes of Jesus, in the eyes of whatever religion you want. I think it's important for us to just be above the realm, above the fray, be at the realm and above the fray, right? I think that's a good thing we should all tell ourselves. Right? Be at the realm and above the fray. So if certain things happened under your watch or around your watch or when you're doing your job, Mr. Donald J. Trump, let's let everybody know what's going on, right? Let's find out what's happening. And if that hurts who or whatever, then let's take the hit for it. Let's be justified. But I'm telling you, if we can't start to do this and move forward, and you may think this way, and this is the thing that's going to hurt us the most. Let's just stop all the bullshit, all the theater, and just move forward, right? I mean, is Charlie Kirk theater? It's starting to look that way, right? I mean, is there a lot of theater? I mean, we just went through so much, the most pathetic, disgusting, deranged, delusional, damaging, just some images that I can't get rid of from this illegitimate Biden administration about 4 or 5 years ago to recently, right? It was just disgusting, lame, stupid, you know, you name it, just fucking dumb. And I don't want this to be your legacy. I want you to be able to say, we did everything up and up. You know, I didn't move the pool balls. I didn't stack the cards. You know, which the Demoncrats do all the time. That's their nature, right? Like I was saying today, AOC and Bernie Sanders were on CNN, and he was all bragging that they're going to do this, they're going to do this, that, all this shit, healthcare, minimum wage, all this stuff. But what people don't remember is for almost 2 years, 713 days, I think it was, the Democratic Party had the House and the Senate majority along with Obama in 2009. And all they gave us was the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare, which was just a conglomeration of monopolizing insurance agencies, which I know all about. I've done shows on that already. And that's what we need to stop doing. We need more competition. I don't want there just to be Spectrum. I want there to be Fastwire. I want there to be Google Fiber. I want there to be all kinds. I want there to be just like a plumber, just like a fucking electrician, just like all the. We want more companies out there in circulation it'll not only bring down the prices, but it'll also raise the quality, right? But you can't oversaturate it, right? I get it. Maybe per capita, let's just say if you have 100,000 people in your county, 50 electricians companies. I don't know. It's weird. We just need to find another planet. We just need, to keep going. We are Voyagers, but we're not going to do it if we keep lying bullshit and throwing this theater bullshit around. It's just this is real lives, real people. The Apprentice was fun. I loved watching it. What do you want, like 7, 8, 9 years, whatever? It was fun, But it's time to start firing these Demoncrats and not let them come back. The Democratic Party does not deserve to be somewhere near the capital of the United States. Anyway, that's my part. Hopefully you're paying attention. Hopefully you're being a good, righteous, wonderful human being, which I think you are. Just be careful who you surround yourself with and get your people in front of you a little sooner now. I'm just saying that I don't want... You're so light. You're so open to people. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's the greatest thing about you. But there are evil, mean, nasty, insidious, disgusting monsters out there that are existing. Go check out Anthony Weiner's laptop and what Hillary Clinton and Huma did. And why those 13 cops went down to like 4 or 5 cops, and nobody wants to talk about the laptop and the video on it. Go check that out. I think you may already know. You know they're monsters, and a bunch of them out there. So be careful, okay? That last video, by the way, with Kai was wonderful. She's so wonderful. God bless you, Mr. Trump. God bless you. And everybody else. I want everybody else to be fine, too. So, yeah, no more theater, no more playing around. Let's see the transparency. Start throwing the real criminals in jail, right? And let's be up front with everybody, okay? If anybody has a question for me or anything like that, you're welcome to call them. Look, I am the easiest person to talk to. I don't wear a mask. I don't hide. You can contact me through my Twitter. You can contact me through my Facebook. And if you know some people around me, you can probably get the phone number. But if they give it out, they shouldn't. Which, fucking I get spam calls all the goddamn time. Excuse my language. Didn't mean to take the Lord's name in vain. There won't be a party if 13 kids here. That's me. Mary D. Trump. Who's Mary D. Trump? I don't even know who you are. Mary D. Trump. Oh, I think it's just one of these. She's going to try to sell me crypto. Oh, yeah. Look at all this. I get these all the fucking time. And how do they were on here since 2012? I think that's bullshit. I think this is all AI. That's AI, but a lot of this is AI. And this isn't very, it's not if she's on since 2012, look at her media. It goes back, like a day or two? It's not very long. There's nothing really here. Yeah, I don't think she's going to try to sell me crypto and all other shit. Just bullshit. Leslie Jones, you're a piece of shit. SNL sucks balls. This is a good one right here. I'm just going to leave with this. Things are changing, right? I want to say that things are changing. So if you look at this graph, this is kind of, see if I can put the whole thing in here. Maybe, and then I'm going to go, I promise I'm going to go. Oh, shit, wait. Where am I at here? What am I grabbing? Ugh, Jesus. Okay. Nope, not there. Right here. Okay. So this graph shows, all right, make this a little smaller. I don't know. I know I should have turned on the AC, but I'm gonna show you this because this is really interesting, and I'm gonna read it, and I think it's important for everybody to understand what's going on. Like I said, you can do whatever you want. Once you're an adult, do whatever the fuck you want. You can go bump fur, you can go sword fight, whatever the fuck you want to do, or you can play with everything. That's fine. If it's consensual, it's cool, right? Then fine. But this is an interesting statistic that's coming out. And this just came out. Sheriff students not identifying as male or female. So in 2020, there's like this huge jump, right? Just this huge jump. And then all of a sudden, Trump gets elected. And now everybody's like, what just happened? Where was I at? What was I doing? Right, there was a huge jump in 2022, 2023. And all I'm saying, the trans identification is free for all among young, non-conforming sexual identification queers is also a sharp decline. Gay and lesbian people are stable, fine, while heterosexual has rebounded by around 10 points since 2023. Good, hole and dick and hole. That's the way it should be, in my opinion. That's me. It is crazy that some people are only now realizing that was a trend, a dangerous science experiment that parents allowed to be tested on their children. Most of these kids would have eventually figured out that they were gay, but now they are mutilated beyond repair. All right, that's what that rainbow flag is for. There was most anti-gay, anti-women movement, and that has ever been. If you want to see how damaging it is, Google detransitioning. It's horrific. The stories are just. It's like these poor children. They're psyop. They're conned. They're influenced by their parents. Just idiots. And then 10 years later, they go, I want to have a baby, but I can't. Because my mom's wanted me to be a boy. Whatever. It is really bad in the UK, where medical transition was encouraged even more than here. Keep away from people who want to give your kids a 70% increase in suicide ideations, which was really big. And it was the same people Malcolm X warned us about, liberal white women. Okay, that's true. Maybe the global predator class doesn't like this. And they don't like this thing. The global predator class doesn't like any of this. Yeah, so in 2020, there's this big rise. Everybody's, being trans is cool. Trans, being fucking grooming, trans, gay, lesbian, gay. And all of a sudden, wait a second. What? I'm starting to eat healthier. I'm starting to drink better. I'm starting to do a lot of exercising. And you know what? That girl just looks fucking, that body. And I like chunky girls. I cannot. I mean, if you're a bony chick, good luck with me. It's probably not going to happen unless, I don't know. I want woman. I'm not going to tell you my exact stereotype, but it's just the figure of a woman's body. Just whether it's got a little chubbiness on it, a little bulges of fat, whatever. It's just to me. I like them little chunky, right? Little chunky, little, whatever. But the thing is that's how I feel. And a lot of people do. And I think it's important. It's just the way we're built, right? It's just the way I'm built. If you're built differently, it's up to you. It's fine. But don't go after children. Let them grow up. Let them make their own decisions. Okay? Anyway. And this I thought was weird, too. This is really weird. When you look at this one right here, this is kind of weird. This is a commercial. And so this was on X. And I'm like, I find this kind of disturbing that experience how humans and AI agents work together to drive success. Humans. You mean like you and me? What the fuck? It's just, are you guys following this? Listen, I'm going to do something on AI here. I'll probably do it either tomorrow or next day. I'm off for the next few days. I'm also going to be doing a thing on life insurance, and I want everybody to come on here and look at that. I'm going to tell you now, it doesn't take much to just create something for yourself that builds over 5, 10, 15, 20 years. You can still do something at the age of 58, 60. I'm doing something recently myself, and it's going to help. Anyway, I think that's it. Oh, Jenny McCarthy, she's awesome. Go watch The Inconvenient Study. It's really good. A must-watch, eye-opening documentary, An Inconvenient Study, available through this website. Let's go to Instagram. What's the website?
I went to the screening of An Inconvenient Study. It's a new documentary that's out. You guys, I hope everyone sees it. Honestly, this documentary, anyone that watches it, not only will your life change, your mind will change. And it's shocking. It's one of those, this is gonna be one of those documentaries that will leave you with your mouth hanging open. There were gasps in the audience. So I urge all of you to take a look at this documentary and pass the word, get it out there. It's so important. This moment is everything right now. Let's get the word out to get this documentary out to as many people as possible. Check it out.
She seems pretty sane. She stretched her face back far enough, but she seems okay. All right, I'm going to quit going through here. Boop. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend coming up. I'll be on tomorrow night for sure. Please come on. If anybody wants to stop by and say hi, if you want to debate or something like that. I usually like a day, at least a day or two for a debate. If you're coming on, I'm going to make sure that I research you. I find out where you're at, what you're doing. Yeah, because I'm going to debate you. And I'm going to see what we need to do to make sure that I'm going to have the information I need to do what I need to do to make sure that you're understanding what I'm trying to convey. That's it. I'm not going to try to change your mind. That's not my job. My job is to just inform you. That's it. And any good insurance agent will do that too. If they're trying to sell you, oh, you need to sign here after we get all this. No. Take the information, research it for yourself. Let me know what you want to do. Okay. If you want me to sell you, just say, sell me, and I won't. People are just too smart for that these days, right? A lot of people are still being bought, especially if you're meek, malleable, and obedient, and compliant Demoncratic supporter. That's all I have to say. And even some Trumpers are that way. All right, take care. Aloha. Bye-bye.